Okay, so the purpose of having the recording is there will be no pauses, and if there are questions, you can write your questions in the chat box. Please give a feedback in the comment section if you can clearly hear the video presentation. So I will just share my screen.
We will begin with the introduction to OBE and the civil engineering curriculum. OBE, or Outcomes-Based Education, is defined by the Commission on Higher Education as an approach that focuses and organizes the educational system around what is essential for all learners to know, value, and be able to do to achieve the desired level of competence. Thus, this kind of teaching learning system will have its appropriate assessment of student performance. According to Spady, OBE means clearly focusing and organizing an educational system around what is essential for all students to be able to do successfully at the end of their learning experiences. Starting with a clear picture of what is important for students to be able to do, then organizing the curriculum, instruction, and assessment to make sure this learning ultimately happens. Before we proceed, we first discuss the following usage of terms. When I say school, that means School of Engineering, Department of Civil Engineering, curriculum or program, which is the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, courses like CES1101, EM1101, and etc. The CE curriculum is designed first with the institutional vision and mission. Secondly, the program educational objectives. Third, the program outcomes. And last are the course outcomes. Because one of the main principles of OBE is designing a backward curriculum, where the curriculum design begin with exit outcomes, though these are the institutional vision and mission, followed by the building blocks of learning, which are the PEO, PO, and CO. PEO is what the student should achieve 5 years after graduation. PO is what the student should achieve immediately after graduation, and CO is what the student should achieve after completing a course. Your educators who design your curriculum have come up with PO and CO mapping. Each course should have a targeted PO and CO. Thus, students graduating with PO would be able to achieve PEO. CHED also defines program outcomes as sets of competencies that all learners are expected to demonstrate. At this point in time, I will now show to you our first activity. Based on the 2018 BSCE Prospectus, what are the courses that can help you achieve each outcome? You may enumerate courses per outcome, or you may present in table format. Be creative in doing this. I will also show you some samples of how did we come up with the design of your curriculum. A sample will be presented later in the discussion. Let us now closely look at the School of Engineering vision and mission statements, as well as the program educational objectives of the department. You may want to pause the video in order to read and understand each of the statements. These program educational objectives are designed based on the School of Engineering's vision and mission statements. By the way, the vision and mission statements of School of Engineering is also aligned to the university's vision and mission statements, summarized in the terms Scientia, Virtus, and Devotio. As what have been described from our first meeting, program outcomes of the department are described by letters from letter A to N, meaning we have 14 program outcomes. Now here is a sample of the curriculum map. The courses were designed to meet the program outcomes. The courses may be introductory, enabling, or demonstrative to a particular program outcome. For example, For program outcome A, apply knowledge of mathematics, natural science, engineering fundamentals, and civil engineering to the solution of complex engineering problems. For example, calculus is introductory for program outcome A, enabling for structural theory, and demonstrative for CE Research 1 and 2. You may have noticed that courses in the first years are mostly introductory, while in the second year, enabling, third year, and fourth year have demonstrative courses. Lastly, it is also very important to be familiar with your prospectus or your program of study. Shown here on the screen are the following courses for each of the semester that you are going to take in your 4.5 years of study here in USC. Do take note of the prerequisites and co-requisites. A prerequisite means a course that a student must have taken prior to enrolling a specific course. This would mean that you are expected to have successfully passed that specific prerequisite before you can enroll the new course. While a co-requisite means a course that a student must take at the same time as another course. This would mean that you cannot enroll in a particular course if you are not enrolled also in the co-requisite course. For example, in your third year, second semester, you cannot enroll in water supply systems if you have not successfully passed CE3106, CE3106L, and CE3107. While for the principles of steel design, you cannot enroll in this particular course if you are not also enrolled in the laboratory course. Finally, for the specialization courses, we have identified three options. First option is structural and construction. Second is water and resources and environmental engineering. And third is construction engineering and management.
So I will now entertain questions about the activity, the assigned activity that you will be having. So I know it's still confusing at this moment, so that's why I'm expecting a lot of questions for this one and how you will approach the activity. So with that, I will require everyone to handwrite their output for this particular activity or assignment. Questions. So while there are no questions yet coming, so let me just maybe add some inputs. So you may enumerate courses per outcome or you may present in table format. So what is enumerating courses per outcome? For example, for course outcome A, according to the video, this is introductory for calculus, di ba? Introductory. For example, for calculus. Like that. You can enumerate, just write the course code EM1101 as well as EM1102, calculus 1 and 2, differential and integral, as well as differential equations, EM DECE. So there might be more and more. So enumerate that also, all the courses that is applicable for program outcome A. Then there might be courses also that is enabling for course outcome A. So you enumerate also those courses. For example, what is enabling? I think theory of structures. Yeah, enumerate all that is applicable. And then I think this is demonstrative for project 1 and 2 or CE research. You have a different terminology in your prospectus. CE research 1 and 2 and etc. There are still more. So you have to enumerate all like that. So that's an example of enumerating courses per outcome, or you can have it in table format also like this one per semester. So this one is not categorized by semester. So in your case, you can have it by semester. Like for example, on this row, you can have this one as your first semester, second semester of your first year, and then first semester, third year, and so on. Then you can enumerate here per column all the program outcomes A, B, C, D, and E. And for example, let's focus on this one, fundamentals of surveying. It is enabling in program outcome A, which is the mathematics. Then enabling also for I and J, while introductory only for E. So courses may have multiple program outcomes that is being targeted. So wala siya na-target for B, C, D. So that's why it's blank here. It's only targeting program outcome A, E, I, and J. So am I still being heard by everyone? So no comments? Klaro ra
Yes,
kaayo?
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
Okay. So there might be questions later on that will arise if maghimo na gyud mo aning activity. Um, if there is another question from the previous class, where do they write the output? So you can actually write it in any type of paper. You can write it on any type of paper because I will only be requiring a picture or a scanned picture of the output. So it does not matter really if you are writing on a short or long band paper or even a Manila paper or a cartolina, because I will only be requiring for you to submit a picture of the output. So dapat lang it's not pixelated. Dapat lang I can clearly see it when I open the file. I will upload in the modules the video and also this presentation. So you can refer to it anytime. Do you have any more questions? Ang deadline, yes, this is to be done within this week. So deadline will be Saturday. And also there are some strategy that came up from the previous class. They said, Miss, is it okay that we print the lines of the table? So that's okay also. If you want to have that, you can print the lines of the table and then you just fill up the table. You can also do that. So the purpose for this is for each of you to be familiar with the prospectus. So you can be familiar with the course codes and the course titles, as well as what are the probable program outcomes. And if I will just raise the questions that were raised also from the previous class. There was one question also that said na, how are we graded in this activity? So you will not be graded by the correctness, but you will be graded with how did you approach the output. Like for example, you cannot simply enumerate random courses for program outcome A, di ba? Because not all the courses can fit into program outcome A. Especially, ang program outcome A is applying the knowledge of mathematics. So, like for example, what are the courses that cannot apply the knowledge of mathematics? For example, ethics, di ba? Ethics cannot be included in the courses that is targeted for program outcome A. So if you put ethics there, then that's a very obvious course that is not included in program outcome A. So that would affect the grading also. So you must include all the courses enumerated in the prospectus. So again, you can have it per sem. For example, this is the first column, the course code. Second column is the course title. You may not include the academic units na and the rest of this. Just put here for example, if you opt for the table format, write the letters here, A, B, C, D, up to N. So just like this one, A, B, C, D, up to N. And then write there If, for example, for Calculus 1, it's introductory for A, B, and so on. Yes, all courses from first year to fifth year. Yes. The one in table format, this one. Yes, these are the same as the courses you are having from the 2018 BSCE prospectus. Kani, this one. The table in pink. You can refer to this one, or I can also upload the official prospectus, the one I already uploaded last time. If you were able to browse through our modules, I uploaded it under module 0, but then it got deleted during the reset, so I have to upload it again. Okay, the submission should be both in the Canvas and Google Classroom. So later I did not post yet the course code for the Google Classroom because I know there will be a reset last Friday, so I did not post that yet. I still have to do the blueprinting um, process of the course, this one, because I am assigned to blueprint this particular course, CES1101, and then have the files uploaded and then sync everything again for all the courses. Yes, the file format is JPEG. Picture ba? JPEG. So if you cannot think of more questions today, hopefully makathink gihapon mo. But we can have a discussions page for the questions that may arise within the week. So there are more questions coming in. Miss, pwede nimo ma-elaborate ang introductory, enabling, and demonstrative? And for the second question, asa isend ang file? So both, again, both in, before I answer sa previous question, both ni siya, both in Canvas and in Google Classroom. Okay, we are using the Google Classroom as our backup file. Like what happened last week and our files are deleted. So wala ta naka-backup sa katong files. Then for the introductory, enabling, and demonstrative. So for this part, I will not yet tell you the exact courses that are enabling, introductory, and demonstrative. So at this moment, so I will just let you discover for yourself what do you think are the courses that are introductory, enabling, and demonstrative. Usually courses that are introductory are the baseline courses. So when you, for example, most of those courses are what will you need in order to proceed to the next stage. For example, that's why I also explained a while ago the prerequisites portion. Most of the courses in first years are introductory. But if you notice also, diba, in your second year, differential equation is already in your second year first sem, but it is still enabling, I mean, introductory for outcomes A and B. So introductory courses are preparation for enabling courses. And enabling courses are preparations for demonstrative courses. Like for example, for CE research, you are required to show a tangible output. That's your research or thesis, diba? You are required to show a tangible output. That's why for most of your courses also that you will take in your fourth year are demonstrative. Okay, you will be required to produce a tangible output. So you can do it backward. So if you start in the courses in your fourth year, most of these are demonstrative courses. So if you see here, what are the prerequisites in achieving, for example, CE research. So all of the courses in your fourth year, first, I mean, what's this? A third year. So most likely, all of these courses are enabling. For example, like this one, because they enable enabling. So from the term enabling, they enable your knowledge acquired to be able to proceed to the next stage, which is the which are the courses in your fourth year. So here, most of these courses are demonstrative. It depends also on the program outcome. For example, for program outcome, like for example, for letter program outcome K, so most of the courses that will fit actually here are demonstrative because diba, demonstrate knowledge and understanding. So it depends also on the action that is needed to achieve such particular program outcomes. Na kay tangible out. Like for program outcome A, introductory lang siya because it's used only to apply your knowledge to solve an engineering problem. But for example, your project study again, you may have um, or your thesis, you may have create a new invention in your thesis, then that is a tangible out. Or create an optimum mixture of cement, sand, and gravel for economic purposes, then that is a tangible output. So depending on the target, so you have to think. So that's why that's the reason for having this activity for you also to check on the different courses and then which program outcomes can be applicable for that particular courses. Okay. Okay, thank you for your question also. That's good. That's a good question. Okay, are there no more questions? If there are none, then we can end this video meeting and then you can now proceed to plan out how you will approach this activity. Yes, I will be uploading a link to this meeting. Kanino? Kaning particular discussion na to? Yes, and also the video nga I showed you a while ago. I can also include that in the modules. Yes, also the PowerPoint and also the prospectus and the one I uploaded already before, I will re-upload that again. So as to the grading, so again, our grading system in the university and the School of Engineering is by point system. Diba? 1 is the highest, 5 is the lowest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will follow that also. So if we convert that into percentage, then 1 is 100%, 5 is 0%, passing is 50%, diba? So 50% is 3.0. So that's the grading system. And you can also follow the rubrics in our syllabus. Again, I will not be concerned with the correctness, but at least your output is systematic and presented neatly. I will present the rubrics again. You may follow these rubrics. Just ignore the correctness part because you cannot really be 100% correct with your output yet. So like here, so as long as the arguments are reasonable or the outcome is reasonable and then the answers are presented neatly and systematically, so that's you can have a grade point of 1 to 1.5 for that depending on if there are mistakes or there are inconsistencies, and then 2.0 if at least 75% is correct or is okay. And then 3.0 if it's half. So that's why you have to complete also all the courses in all the years, first year up to fifth year, in all the semesters. And does not meet expectation when you submitted, but then there's no clear presentation of output about it. So like that. That's the grading system. We'll always follow this grading system. So again, 1 to 5, diba? Then convert it into percentage. So 100%. 1 highest and 5 as lowest. So later on, you might also notice nga ang rubrics because Canvas operates differently. So it does not automatically give us a point system but percentage. So that's why later on, when I will assign the grading system, I will put 100 as the highest, that is equal to 100%, and 0 as the lowest, and 50 as the passing, that is equivalent to 50%. So you have to be familiar na pod with this grading system. This is applicable in all the courses. 100% is 1. 50% depends on the passing percentage. Some, di ba, in your I'm not sure in your calculus, is it 75% or is it 60% the passing percentage? So in ours, we just have it 50%. So you really have to put in effort in doing the um, program outcomes versus um, courses. Yeah, courses. No more questions. Miss, if ever revising the table. Yeah. Per year, per sem. Yeah, pwede ra. As long as you enumerate all the courses that is needed to be presented or to be enrolled. If there's no question anymore, then we can end this meeting and then we can now prepare for your next course. Okay? Is it okay? Yes. Yes, miss. Oh, yes or no? Yes, very good. Okay, then bye. I will now dismiss everyone. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
Miss.
miss. Bye, miss. Thank you.
Bye, miss.
Bye, miss.
Bye,
Thank you,
miss.
miss.
Bye, miss.
Bye bye. See you next week.